Okay, this is the main service drop into the house, and even though there's no leaves on the tree and it'll grow, I can see it hanging in the tree right up there. Okay, see, that's going to wear the insulation off. This is 220 coming into the house, and if this tree becomes energized, it can radiate to 50 feet. Now, it might not kill you over here, but it might shock you. Death might happen, a little closer. Just saying that those lines do not belong in the trees. And as the tree grows, it's going to pull that weather mass down. This is our load center breaker box, main service disconnect, service panel, call it what you will, there it is. This is your meter. These boxes should both be sealed on 3 sides to help prevent moisture from getting into the walls. These are your grounding rods. Okay, so that's 6 feet, that's 6 feet. Now these are 8-foot rods. They're supposed to be buried 8 feet. Huh. They're not supposed to be buried 6 feet 6 inches, 7 feet 6 inches, 7 feet 8 inches, 7 feet 6 inches. No, they're supposed to be buried. If there's enough continuity, maybe the electrician convinced the code inspector that this was an acceptable application. Maybe that happened. But I wasn't here for that. And I don't think whoever installed this cabinet, I don't think they were consulting. I honestly don't think they were consulting with a code inspector, because the breakers aren't labeled. Bonding location is not labeled. We do not have protective boots over L1 and L2. And the grounding, okay, that's supposed to be wrapped with white tape. 4 wraps. That's 1 wrap. And it's not 4 in a row either. It should be a nice long white. If you don't know that's hot, if you don't know that's the main neutral going into the cabinet, you don't belong in this cabinet. I get that. I understand. It is understood. But in the meantime, see this green screw? When you put this green screw in, it bonds both of these bus bars. And unless you're neutral coming into the house is bonded to the cabinet, I guess, okay, so it's bolted in. And we're using the cabinet itself as a bond to the ground wires over here. Is that what's happening? I'm going to ask somebody about that. I'm not proud. I think it's okay. And I'm going to find out a little more about it. So what did we learn? Our service drop is in the trees. Our grounding rods are not properly buried. Our bonding location, which is at the water heater, was not labeled inside of the cabinet. We learned that our cabinet dead front, our circuit breakers were not labeled. And by them not being labeled, we do not know whether the condensing unit is properly fused or not. Okay, well, it's not going to run on a 20, so we got a 30. We got a 40. Your clothes dryer is 30. Okay, that's 125. That's your main principal. Your clothes dryer is 30. So now we got a 40 over here. And this condensing unit, what size breaker does it take? I'll have to look it up. But I think this guy takes a 30 amp breaker. You'll see on the report whether the condensing unit is properly fused or not.